welcome back, guys. For
Hello.
another episode of Inspire. Hello,
So, how
hello,
are you,
guys.
Edgar naman? How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome
I'm
back.
back.
Welcome
Miss
back,
ka
Edgar.
namin.
So, yeah, kahit
Yeah.
it's been for like how many days?
It's been literally a day. It's only been a day, guys. That's the thing. It's only been a day.
Ayun, good
Grabe.
thing to know na you're back na.
Yeah, I'm good. Getting there.
So, sige.
But yeah,
Since ikaw naman yung bumalik, would you mind telling the
Sana all
viewers
bumabalik.
sino? Ay, wait lang. Would you mind telling the
Wait.
viewers sino yung guest natin for tonight?
sino yung guest natin for tonight? Okay.
I heard tawag dito. I heard isa na naman to
I
sa
heard-
mga kaibigan na i-catch up mo na naman.
Catch up niya.
Catch up
Tapos
na.
naka-sideline lang ulit kami ni Hans. Yun yung mangyayari.
Sige. So, ganito yan. Before I introduce our guest for tonight, I would like to say, great job, guys, for last episode with Thoughts. It's an amazing show. That's good. It's amazing. I watched
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nandun ako
Salamat
sa
for
mga
everything.
viewers. So, yun. And also, for the viewers out there who are supporting us every show, every episode, thank you. Thank you for the support. Without you guys, there's no show, honestly. Yeah. And also, thank you for the support and the love. It makes us to do more in the next episodes. Yeah. So, parang, it's overwhelming, to be exact. You know.
Thank you.
Oh, it's Wakaya. But thank you, guys.
Yeah. Joke lang. So, yeah. For tonight, our guest for tonight, paulit-ulit. Aray.
Kinakabahan ka ba? Porket bumalik ka lang?
Thank you.
Nawala yung energy eh. For tonight, our guest for tonight, redundant, wait. Tonight's guest is a batchmate of mine. Wow, batchmate of mine, bossmate, schoolmate, classmate, friend.
Taray, may lahat na.
Lahat ko na.
Ay, at least walang X. At least walang X.
Okay. Noted na lang. So, yun. The owner of Kyra, let's welcome Kyra Villacorta. Welcome, Kyra.
Hello! Hi, Kyra. Sorry ang ingay namin bago ka namin.
It's okay. Hi guys, thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you also for accepting our invite. Thank you talaga.
Yeah, it means a lot, honestly. You know.
Mm-mm. So, Kyra, how are you naman? How are you naman overall with this pandemic and with the business overall? How is it naman?
I'm okay naman. Our term just finished in DLSC. So all the stress is gone at least there's that. So I'm okay now. How are you
buti
guys
naman.
doing?
Eto, keep on grinding with the work, ganun.
Yeah, I see you guys are so busy with the episodes you guys are coming out with, I think twice a week, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
twice a week. Yeah.
Project,
Yes.
yeah. Galing nga eh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, ayun.
Continue with the sport also, guys. And by the way, to the viewers, if you have questions for Kyra, comment it down below in the comment sections, and we'll try our best to get to your questions. Okay, so Kyra, it's been like 5 years.
Yeah, since we last saw each other around graduation pa yon.
Okay, ang tagal na talaga. So, yeah.
When was the last time that we
You
saw each
guys
other?
just study across from each other. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I don't
it's just
know. it feels like, feel ko nung
Ano,
Tuesday lang.
hati-hati na ba tayo?
Pwede.
Sab, when was the
Palagyan ko
last
ng
time?
partition. Ano, I fall in love. Char!
Sab,
So,
when was the last time that we saw each other?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago,
2
during
nights ago,
episode
wag
5.
ka nga.
So,
Wait,
yeah,
on screen or in
yeah.
person?
Mamaya na. Ito na.
Mamaya na.
Yeah,
Ayan. So yeah, Kyra, I have a question. So, what inspired you to start this business of yours?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so for those who don't know what my business is all about, Label is basically an online business that I started around 2 years ago. It's an online jewelry brand. Right now, I have earrings, necklaces, and soon I'll be coming out with more styles. Right now, I'm wearing one of my
Yeah.
pieces, two actually.
Yes.
Pieces.
Taray.
Yeah, so my brand is all about I revolve my brand around the tagline "Make Your Statement," and I think that says a lot about my label because it's one thing to make a statement. It's one thing to follow trends or to follow things that you see online, but making your statement is definitely something very personal and something that I think everybody has within themselves. It can be anything. It can be whatever they are comfortable wearing, whatever they are most happy wearing, whatever they feel the most expresses themselves. So my brand is all about being able to help bring that of people out of my customers. So I believe that making a statement isn't about necessarily wearing a certain outfit or wearing certain accessories. I think making your statement is about knowing that you already have it within you, knowing that you have the power and you have that self expression. It's just that my brand helps you express that through earrings or through necklaces. So, yeah, basically.
So,
Yes,
bale, it's
so
more on the confidence, no? Bring out
Yeah,
more
yeah,
of the
exactly,
confidence.
exactly. Exactly, confident.
Ganun.
and ganon.
now? Okay.
It's really amazing kasi parang when I saw that, when you posted like 2 years ago, di ba, I message you agad, na sabi ko sa'yo, I'll support this, like,
Yeah,
throughout.
yeah. Yeah, even though we haven't seen each other in 5 years,
Yeah.
lagi kang supportive. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yun. And also, are you gonna have like, for guys naman? Wow,
I'm really looking into it actually.
yeah.
Currently doing my research. But
Okay.
yeah, I'd love to look into
Kasi
that.
I want to like, to buy necklaces and rings
Yeah, yeah,
soon.
yeah.
So,
Oo nga. I hear nga that's what guys are
Yeah,
looking for now.
Oo nga, no? I haven't considered this.
di ba? Nakita mo naman yung rings ko, Hans, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh, mahilig ka talaga sa rings.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if I
puro,
have it
puro
here.
malalaki. Alam mo ba?
Ah, yeah, yeah. I know those yung mga sings. I think you call them singlet. Joke lang. Something like that.
Ayan na,
Here.
ayan na, ayan na.
Pakita
Ayan na,
ko,
ayan na.
pakita ko. Basically,
yeah.
this two,
Flaunt it.
yeah, this two rings is the wedding rings of my parents, binigay sa akin.
Oh,
Ito sa
wow.
mom ko,
Sana
ito sa
all.
dad ko. So,
Wow,
binigay
that's
sa akin.
cool.
Then, I bought this naman sa, alam mo na, sa Tiangge, as usual. Kasi dun lang mura. So, yeah, I bought this black and gold ring.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, then I bought this silver na Jesus na nakalagay, tapos may cross around the ring itself.
Yeah, that's nice. I got pressured nga nung sabi mo, these are my parents' wedding rings. How can I compete with that sentimental
Yeah.
value?
Hindi na, parang I want lang kasi sometimes na, to wear rings like outside. Lalo na kung mawala na tong pandemic na to, di ba? It's like, it's good to express something na it's not you, to be exact. You know?
It's
Go
aminin
lang
mo
si
na.
Kyle.
Wait lang.
You just wanna save up
Wait
that
lang
time.
muna.
Wanna save
Wait lang, we're currently having technical difficulties right now. Yeah.
Ayan, naglo-loading lang muna si Kyra, guys.
Yeah.
So, balik tayo sa mga question natin habang may technical difficulty tayo. Ano na yung nakaset na number ng electric fan sa bahay ninyo?
Naka-aircon po ako ngayon.
number
Ay, social mo.
number one sa akin.
Number one
Ano
sa
temperature
akin,
mo dun?
number
So
two.
guys, Kyra will be back. She's currently having a technical difficulty, but she will be back. Don't worry about it. Just stay there, sit back and relax. You can get your chips and get your dinner for tonight. You know that. Yeah.
Or kung may request
So
po kayo sa mga tonight, let us know.
yeah.
Si Eds po bahala
Kung
doon.
may gusto kayong ipa-shout out, yun, lagyan nyo lang dyan sa
Yeah.
comment.
And also
Shout out
comments for
namin.
Kyra, guys. Comments
Yeah, go
also
lang.
for Kyra.
Especially for Kyra.
Yun naman
Yes,
talaga
go
po.
lang.
So,
Keep and going
we're,
lang.
So, ayun.
we're just waiting for Cairo, guys. So, some updates for the next episodes of Inspire. We'll be having business pa din for next week, but at the same time, it's gonna be um, leaning to something inspirational, something sabi natin parang more charitable, kumbaga, because
Mm-hmm.
one of the business is helping out other people right now due to this pandemic. Because of this pandemic, they couldn't um, reach out to the youth nowadays, but we need to help those people also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So stay
That's
tuned
true.
for
That's
that
true.
episode, and we'll be having an international guest by October 20. Yeah, from Southern California. We'll be having a friend from Southern California who's joining our team, who will be our guest and helping us, talk for something inspirational. So let's welcome back, guys. She's back. Welcome back, Kyra. Hi,
Hello,
Kyra.
sorry.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So
Ayun,
yun.
so,
Yeah,
where
your
were we nga
questions.
pala?
Wala na, kakatapos ko lang
Na-pressure si
mag-promote ng
Kyra kay
rings
Eds
ko.
sa mga siksik. Na-pressure si Kyra bigla. Yun lang.
Sige.
Yun pala.
Kyra, what was your background before starting a business?
Okay. So I actually never expected to start a business at all, at least this early on in my life. I assumed maybe like, a lot later in life. I didn't really have much ambition. I think in high school I wasn't very ambitious. I wasn't an overachiever or anything. But I think I started to see that I had some sort of, potential, and I had more of a drive than I thought when I started to when I started to apply for internships, when I did a few internships that weren't mandated by the school. So
Mm-hmm.
I did a few of those, and I actually learned a lot there. But I did a few for advertising. I did a couple for advertising and for marketing. So I think that's where I started to realize na, oh, I actually do have a drive to do something more than just, what I used to think of myself, which was someone who couldn't really do anything great, or someone who couldn't be successful in life because I didn't have much of a drive within me. But then, even with those internships, I still wasn't thinking of starting a business or anything. It kind of just started to awaken like my potential. But then in college, I started to really aim for really good grades. I started to join orgs. I started to get out of my comfort zone. And even though I was
Mm-hmm.
never the best at school, I'm still not the best at ACADS, honestly. But um, putting myself out there in college really made me see that I had much more potential than I thought I could ever have for myself. And To tie in with that, the start of college was actually also when I started to become more expressive with the way that I dressed. I would come into school with basta I overdress. Like I would come into school wearing blazers, like just normal school day wearing blazers, heels every day, red lipstick every day, full green eyeshadow, full makeup, whatever every day. Um, and hindi naman every day yung green eyeshadow. Hindi naman ganun ka animo. But um, that's how I express myself, and it became a really big part of who I am, who I was, and who I am. And that's when I started to realize that that was what made me who I am and made me want to start the business. I didn't go into it thinking, oh, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I didn't know anything. I'm taking communication arts and business management as my course in DLSU right now.
Wow,
Um,
that's nice.
yeah, hard but nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I started the business, I was still taking com arts and I had zero knowledge about business. I just started it because literally one day I was in my room drawing up earring designs. I was thinking, the earrings that I purchase now that I wear that are in my collection. Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, I love them, but I want to have the ability to be able to design my own, to be able to control the accessories that I wear, to be able to literally make my own statement with my own designs, with my own pieces, with my own curation of collections. And yeah, it started off with just drawing, and then my mind was like, why not just start a business out of this? I had no idea what I was doing, but I started to canvas for suppliers online. I started to ask around people I knew if they knew anybody who could help me with suppliers, packaging, manufacturers,
Mhm.
etc. And from then on, I started planning. And what was interesting was that I didn't know much of anything at all. I was really just doing what I saw. No, not even. I was doing what felt right, and I think that's important to say because um, a lot of people get intimidated by starting their own business, or a lot of
Yeah.
people they get worried that they won't know how to handle a business, especially if you're on your own, if you're doing it on your own, if you're just starting and you have no knowledge about it. But I would say just go do it. Honestly, I again didn't know anything. You really learn along the way, and I feel that even if you are an expert in business, let's say you have a family business already, or
Mhm.
you're a business major, you won't really learn how to manage a business until you are the one doing it yourself. You can read about it, you can take courses about it on the business side of things, but actually practicing it and doing it yourself, it's really a journey. It's really an intense hard journey, but
Grabe.
it's really worth it. Yeah.
So, ano naman, how did you balance your ACADS and your business?
uh, tawa na lang. It's
Gusto ko
hard.
yung tawa yun, ah.
Yeah. How do I answer this? um no, okay, so I really tried a little bit of time for anything to do with my business, at least around twice a week. I used to do it every day. Pero when I started to do my first thesis, when I did my majors na for business, it got really hectic and I wasn't able to keep up with it the way I used to. So now I really just I try to plan things. So what I do is I make a to-do list for every single day, and then I kind of group them into different functions. So if you guys are familiar with bullet journaling,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
it's something like that, but I just make it different symbols. For example, a circle is anything to do with Kai related stuff. So for Thursday, post up.
Mm.
Also on Wednesday, email blah 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 blah, or contact suppliers, stuff like that. And I find that it helps because it highlights it in a certain way because there's a circle. Is I don't know. That's how my mind works, but it highlights it in a certain way that it doesn't stress me out as much as just putting them in a one straight to-do list and just having everything cluttered in front of me. I like it very compartmentalized, if that's the right word to use. So I don't necessarily manage it that well. I'm still figuring it out. But handling a business and schoolwork, I think people should also take it easy on themselves if they're like me and it's hard for them, because we are students first. Well, we are
Yes.
students.
Oh,
Yes.
No, but
Yes.
really, because I mean, honestly, I'm really just trying to graduate as well so that I can focus on working, focus on the business more. So I'm really just doing my best. That's basically it. How do I manage my time? I'm just doing my best.
Mm. That's nice. Time
yeah,
management talaga is key, guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Kahit anong gawin mo, just learn.
we have a comment here. We have a question from yeah.
Marshall
Marshall.
Lopez.
Wait,
Hi,
yeah.
Marshall.
There we go. Hi,
Yes.
Marshall. What
Hi,
business
Marshall.
adjustments did you do? I think to
To,
survive through this
yeah, to prepare.
pandemic. Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
this is
it's a good question. Um, I think every business has had to make a lot of adjustments. For me specifically, more on the shipping, because a lot of the courier services that I'm used to, they don't pick up in my area because it's a little stricter in my area. It's a little harder to get to my area. And I used to do the couriers. I used to do LBC, and I used to go to their physical locations and ship it there. Eh, syempre ngayon, I can't do that every time. It's not safe enough for me to go out every single time there's an order, and I don't
yes.
want to risk it then as well, being outside a lot. So that's number one, I think, the shipping services, and second would be having to having to increase the customer engagement, because everybody, most people are on their phones most of the day. If we're not on school, if we're not working, we're on our phones because we're not out. What else are we going to do at home? So I have to increase my engagement. I have to increase my marketing, my publicity, because I want to be able to have more exposure. I want to be exposed more to my customers, to my potential audience. And it's been challenging because, syempre, you have to keep generating that content. You have to generate it from your users, from your customers. You have to, I have to get photography services for my friends. I have to ask my friends for help for photography needs, etc. And it's it's fun, honestly. It's actually one of the things I'm thankful for. I learned so much more about planning my publicity, planning my marketing strategies to stay relevant, um, to stay on the news feeds of my customers. Because again, everyone is on social media right now, and it's a great chance, a great opportunity for me to be to expose my business more to the customers. So yeah, I think those are the top two adjustments during the pandemic.
That's
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Ay, ano pala, did you, while making, or while doing the business, have you ever had your, um, I can do this moment, something like that?
You mean like as reassurance or as an inspiring moment?
Both, both, both.
um, I like how I'm just laughing with every question. Memories. No, because a lot of the time, honestly, for me, I deal with a lot of anxiety about the business because it's just me, and I don't really have anybody, pushing me to do it. I don't have a partner doing this with me, I don't have a team doing this with me. So it's difficult to keep myself motivated.
Mm.
And there are times where I really do need to give myself an I can do this pep talk. Sometimes I just talk to myself in the mirror, honestly, and just pretend lang, pretend I'm pretend I'm
I
giving myself a
mean,
pep talk because
oo. I
because
mean, that's
sometimes
okay naman
it's
kasi,
needed.
di ba? Because kahit like, let's say,
Yeah,
you're
it's
living
normal.
independently naman,
Yeah,
you have to use all resources that you can get just to feel, inspired, just to feel motivated.
exactly, yeah.
Tapos, di ba? So, yun nga, parang it's normal lang din na if you talk to yourself in the mirror, parang you're just telling yourself na you can do this, kaya mo
Yeah,
maging strong, kaya mo maging independent, ganun.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really
exactly.
normal, di ba?
I think it also helps. This is more of a general thing then. When we're feeling down or we're not feeling
Mm-mm.
motivated enough to list down things we've done, like physically write down a list with pen and paper. I did that for like things I've done in 2019, and I look back at it every now and then, and I cry because it's like, oh, kaya ko pala. It's just now, I'm just having a hard time now. Everyone's having a hard time now, and we shouldn't feel too bad about it. So those, I guess, are my I can do it um ways strategies.
Oh, yun. So guys, since napadpad tayo sa topic ng ng pen and paper, tanong ko lang, nagagamit niyo pa ba yung mga planners niyo?
Alam mo ikaw,
Journal ko,
ha?
nagagamit ko.
Ako
Ako,
No.
ikaw.
journal ko.
Yung tanong na yan, hindi na dapat tinatanong, ha?
Just kidding, just
Worth it
kidding.
yung coffee, no? Pero hindi dapat tinatanong yan.
I bought
Ay,
such a
wait,
nice
Pero,
planner pa nga eh. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah. Yun nga eh. Grabe.
there's a question here, guys.
Kamusta planner ko?
Tinig na talaga yung planner.
Talaga
Yeah.
lang, eh.
There's a question here, Kyra,
Mhm.
from Anton Gonzalez. What would you say makes your business unique? What do you consider to be your competitive edge? Wow, we're going literally
Wow.
on business right now. Alam mo,
Wow.
na-learn ko
We're
sa
tripping
Parang
on
klase.
it,
ganun eh.
guys. Feel ko talaga minsan
Competitive
nape-pressure ka
edge.
sa mga tanong.
Oo nga.
Teka,
Si
sorry
Sir
ah.
Sinense. Si Sir Sinense ang naalala ko
Nakaka-reveal
sa
yung math
competitive
seat
edge.
niya bigla.
Okay. I would say it's very personal. It's very close to my heart because my business to me is an extension of who I am. And when I say that it's personal, I treat my customers, I treat my audience, the target audience, as if they were people I really want to talk to, as if they were my friends. So as I would tell my friends, yes, wear this, yes, wear that, because it's what makes you happy. It's what makes you feel the most like yourself. And I feel like there are a lot of businesses that forget that customers are people. They're not a statistic, they're not a number, they're not just a target audience. They're people who trust your brand. They're people who purchase from your brand for a reason, because they were pulled in by your marketing. They were pulled in by your brand vision, your brand message, your brand identity, your feed, your branding, and all those things play an important role in creating the kind of identity, creating the kind of message that you want people to see. And I think that's what's unique about my brand, or at least what I think is unique and what I love the most about my brand, is that I have a very specific identity that I want to relay to my customers. I want them to feel that I want them to feel at home. I want them to feel, oh, I want them to think, oh, this is something that would make me feel good while I wear it. I want them to see, let's say, earrings or one of my necklaces and be like, oh, I can imagine myself wearing that even at home right now during the pandemic. And I can wear
Mhm.
it during my online meetings, my online classes, and it would make me feel good about myself. It would make me feel like my best self, even if I'm just at home, or let's say pre-COVID or post-COVID, um, wearing this to school, wearing this to work, it would make me feel, amazing walking down the hallways, because that's always what fashion and accessories has done for me. when I'm wearing an outfit that I love, when I'm wearing an outfit that I feel good in, I feel like my best self. I feel powerful. And I want customers, I want people, my supporters, the supporters of the brand, to be able to feel that way as well through my pieces. So yeah, I think it's the message and the identity.
You go, girl.
Good job. Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Ay,
You know,
wait. Ano naman, di ba, being a business owner, there are ups and downs. So, Bale, what was your worst moment that you've ever had, if ever?
um, Good question. Okay, so there was a time, I think late last year, I was working on Kai every single day. As in, no joke. I would work on it weekdays, weekends, during class pa nga, yon time management balance, whatever, diba? But I would work on it every single day, every chance I got. And it was really good at first. I thought it was a favor to myself, a favor to the business because I was making it a habit. I was making sure, I was on track. And I also tried to regulate it. I wasn't, going hardcore crazy naman on the business. I was trying to still pace myself by only doing things, only doing small things, at least something small. So, for example, I just updated my Google Tracker or Google Drive, my files. That was something that was an achievement for me na for the day. That was my work for the day. And for a while, I really liked doing that. It was a good routine every single day. But then, for some reason, I I just couldn't work anymore. I don't know, something snapped in me. I started to
Mm-hmm.
get anxiety when I would just think about my business. And I think that lasted for maybe 2 or 3 months. I I barely touched like my trackers. Just thinking of having to update my inventory, it stressed me out. Like
Mm-hmm.
to know to it was no joke. I was crying about my business, and there wasn't any real problem, honestly. It was just that, okay, fine, my trackers weren't super up to date, or maybe I wasn't posting pub mats or publicity content that much. But there was really nothing wrong with it. It was just coming from me. It was just my pressure, because I think that's also what I've learned about my business and how I am as a business owner. Like I said a while ago, my business to me is an extension of who I am. And when I'm not doing enough for my business, I feel like I am not enough. And that those 2 to 3 months of me getting essentially burnt out by all the work really made me realize that it's not worth it. It's not worth getting so stressed about. It's not worth getting so pressured about, and getting so much anxiety about. Yes, I still love my business. I feel like I can really do this. I can really make this something big in the future. But I also realize that it's not worth working on it every single day and literally stretching myself out until I'm crying over my trackers. It's something that should still be fun. It's something that should be, a happy thing. It's like your course, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Communication arts. I loved com arts, but I cried about it so much as well. I was so stressed about it. But at the end of the day, I still really love the course, and I think that's what we should be doing. The things that we do, our projects, our art, sometimes they're gonna make us cry because it's something we love. It's something we want to be good at, something we want to have the best output for, because it's what we want to do, it's what we want to come out with. But it's important to be able to take a step back and be like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get burnt out na. And when you start to get to know yourself more, and when you start to see the signs of burnout, stop. Like, just take a break. Give it a few days, at least a few days. If you need if you need to step back from your business, if you need to step back from updating your sheets or creating content,
Mm-hmm.
ask for help. If you have pending orders, syempre you can't just, abandon your customers, especially if you have pending orders. But you can ask for help. You can always ask for help. Or if you don't have anything pending naman, you can just, you know, let it be first, especially if you're just starting out. It's really hard. You really won't know much at the start, even if you study business, even if you study
Actually,
marketing, whatever. It's hard,
that's true.
diba?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
that's one of
yeah.
my worst moments, but it's okay naman.
So bale, to the viewers, parang let this be a reminder na lang na um, if you really want to pursue your goal or if you really want to pursue what you want or what you are passionate about, you have to understand na there are really gonna be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of success, a lot of achievements, and um, you have to realize also that every mistake that you made, you should learn to overcome it para hindi mo na gawin yun the next time,
Yeah,
di ba?
exactly. It's true. Yeah,
Parang experiences also makes you mature, di ba? At some point. Mhm.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yun, honestly, yun nga, yung mga challenges na yan, or going back to EDSA realizations, no? So, honestly, kasi yung mga
Wala na
challenges
yung
na
may
yan,
segment.
y- it's something that will help you learn something. At the same time, it's like a stepping stone for you, for your for what's next in line, to be exact, in your path of this, in the path that you're taking right now, diba? Tama, diba?
Yes.
So there's like a comment here, Kyra, from Jody. I feel you, girls.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mood.
tapos tapos medyo nagulat ako kasi 'di ba nakikita natin yung mga reacts dito sa taas. Biglang may
Yeah.
nag-angry face. Nagulat ako.
Okay.
No.
Nagulat ako bakit may
Sorry.
nag-angry face. So, um, pero I check naman, I don't know if, I think he knows you, pero yeah, it's a guy. Di ko na yung mention name, pero it's a guy from DLSU. So,
Oh,
hello, kung sino ka man. So, yeah,
ano
there's
naman pala
there's
taga
a question.
DLSU?
DLSU lang naman. Tawid dyan sa atin.
Hindi pa mo nga alam.
So, here, Nathan has a question. So,
Wow,
since you
Nathan,
said,
cookie ka.
welcome back pala, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan!
So Nathan is our certified audience, certified follower namin yan. Palagi nandito yan. So the question is, since you said that you were working every day, was there a time that you probably might be overthinking or overworking too much in your business?
That's
Yes.
really
Yeah.
wow.
Ang lalim ng
Yeah.
question. Nalaliman
Um
ako sa question.
Itawa muna natin yan.
yes, I definitely do think I was giving myself a hard time. I know myself enough to know that no one was pressuring me naman. People were always supporting me. It was really just me overthinking and over pressuring myself to do more. And yun nga, because like I said, I felt like it was an extension of me. So if I wasn't doing enough, then I wasn't enough, diba? Which is obviously not true. And I've learned to kind of, I still believe that my business is a part of me, but I've learned to kind of separate those things. Like just because my business isn't doing well or I'm not working on it as much as I'd like to be working on it, it doesn't speak much about me. It's just that I'm busy, the pandemic, ACADS, all those things. So yes, to answer your question, I think I really was just overworking and overthinking.
Nag-comment na naman si Nathan. Nakita niyo ba?
Eh, ano ba? Lahat ng mga
Lahat.
tanong ko malalim. Oh, sige, sige,
Well,
sige. We'll give you that.
well, Nathan, your questions are good, like super good. It lets out, um, something from the guests. You know, maganda talaga siya. It's like situation based at the same time. It makes you think as a person. Kunyari, ako nga, isipin ko yan from,
Sus.
oo naman.
Reflections, yeah.
Okay, let's go with
Reflections
lighting.
talaga. Yo.
O yun, Edzer, Sab, kayo ba? May mga questions ba kayo kay Kyra?
Questions.
On a lighter note, sige.
Ano?
Pag-ano natin yung yung feeling ni Kai. Kasi kahit ako nabibigatan sa mga tanong eh. Yes, actually. Because I'm going through her website right now and I'm curious.
Di ba?
How do you come
Ganda.
up with the name?
No pressure. No pressure.
Na-pressure
It's
Oh.
tuloy.
cute. I like it. It's cute. But I'm just curious. How do
Going
you
through
come
your
up with the
site
name?
right now. Um, the names. Most of them are. It's okay. Most of them are people who are important to my life. So, for example, Giselle, the Giselle earrings, that's my mom. The Amanda earrings, it's my sister. I have a lot of others there, like the Sabina, one of my best friends. Alfonso, which is one of my first ever pieces, named after my lolo who passed away around that time, and who motivates me and inspires me to keep doing the business thing, because he's also a businessman before. So stuff like that. The other things are just random, honestly. Like the Catrice, these earrings are called the Catrice. Random. I don't know what Catrice is. I mean, I know people named that, but then when I was conceptualizing, yeah. Hmm?
Ano?
Sorry.
May tanong ako sa isang necklace.
Yeah.
Oh, ayan.
So, sino si Ron? Char? Masyado bang
Oh.
controversial yun? Sino si Ron?
Wala.
Kasi bilog
Randomly.
yung
Oh,
pendant eh.
no, I have a story because my Kim necklace, diba? I have a necklace called the Kim. Kim and Ron. Because I
Yeah.
loved Kim Possible. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Betty,
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Genius,
that.
genius, genius,
Smart.
genius.
Smart, 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 smart.
Genius.
So, there's a question here. Tama ba yung pagkasabi ko? Avery? Tama ba to? Avery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Avery.
What would you say was the best part about your business?
I think like I touched on a while ago, is it's my branding. Aside from the message part of it, I think my branding aesthetic is pretty unique, because um when I was conceptualizing the business, I did really want to go for something that I haven't seen before, which is the color yellow, especially for a jewelry brand. I haven't really seen, I don't know, I haven't really seen much yellow um, branding color palettes for jewelry businesses, and I I really just wanted it to pop, but I wasn't focusing on the yellow too much until I had a lot of people, a lot of my friends, yeah, customers and stuff like that. They started to say, "Hey, this is so Kai label. This is so Kai the label, or so Kai in general. So your brand, because it's yellow." And I started to realize, oh nga, no, it really is unique enough for people to notice it and think of it as a pop of color. And there's also this event recently where my logo was featured, and one of the event organizers said, "Oh, you're the owner of Kai the label. Yeah, I noticed your brand right away because it was yellow, and nothing else was yellow on the screen." And I really like I really like to play on the yellow. I really like to get a lot of inspiration from the yellow because it's a good color, and it's a kind of color that makes you feel happy and at the same time draws you in, like, oh, what is this, what is this all about? And going back to my tagline, make your statement, you it's something that makes you pop. It doesn't have to be, literally how you perceive the color yellow. You don't have to wear red lipstick, or you don't have to wear bright colored clothes for you to make a bold statement. Making your own statement, making a bold statement, and applying the color yellow to yourself is all about what makes you feel special. You're the color yellow in your own life. You're the main character in your own life, and I think that's what's unique, at least aesthetically, for my business.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yan lang masabi. Ang lalim kasi.
Sorry.
In
Okay lang.
fairness, magaling sumagot under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another question. As
Our next Miss Universe.
from Eli ba?
Eli.
Tama ba? Yeah,
Yeah.
Eli. What are
Hi,
your
Eli.
long-term goals for your business?
Um, long-term goals. Whoa, that's pressure.
Yeah.
That's pressure.
Yeah. On the go. On the go.
Okay. Okay, so I definitely want right now. Actually, I'm in the process of new prototypes. I have new designs coming out soon, so that's really exciting. Just finalizing things, and then I want to get into more accessories, because as of now on my site and my catalog, I only have necklaces and earrings. Um, I want to delve into rings. I want to delve into men's um men's accessories as well. And something really exciting I hope will happen soon is I want to get into clothing. I think clothes will definitely be the best for me. I mean, it's something that I'm also very passionate about. I'd love to design my own clothes. I have this vision of cropped blazers, trousers,
Mm.
very statement, very loud kinds of clothes. And I see myself doing that maybe in the next like 2 to 3 years. Not to pressure myself din naman, but like hopefully around that time. We're not trying to pressure ourselves. Remember, I got burnt out, so take a step back. But yeah,
Baby
that's
steps, kumbaga.
yeah, baby steps. So yeah.
Baby steps. So yeah. Any more questions, guys? Just comment it down below.
Ay, wait. Para may pabate, oh.
That's my dad.
Happy birthday, Kyra!
Happy
Birthday
birthday! Ever.
Happy birthday, guys!
Tomorrow, advance happy birthday, Kyra.
Ayun,
From
advance happy birthday. Advance happy
Advance.
birthday.
Thank you.
Well, may event si Kyra bago siya mag-birthday, di ba? Parang
Yeah. It's my Taylor Swift year.
Publicity.
22.
22. Nice. Ang tanda ko na. Sakit.
Wait, you're 22 din, di ba,
Wow,
Edzer?
magsalita.
Malapit na mag-23.
Wait, sabi
What more
Will, you're at
tayo?
least 22. Question 114
Ah?
and 115. Sab, you're
I'm
20.
115.
Yeah, how old are you guys? Ito
I'm
na yung pressure.
21.
4.
Oh,
24 si Sam.
24.
But I love your age, hell yeah!
Will, you're 21. But you're
Yeah,
1 month.
21. Yeah,
Alam mo ba? Wait lang.
Okay.
Alam nyo ba? Kasi there was a time na pumunta kami ng ATC during this quarantine. Di ba bawal yung mga minor pumasok sa mall? Tinanong ako, mukhang 11 years old daw ako. Parang sabi ko, ha? Tinanong yung dad ko, parang, sir, ilang taon na po yun? Sir, 23 po. Okay.
Sir.
Kasi mukhang 15 or mukhang 11 lang po siya.
Oh,
Parang, what?
Hindi mo alam kung
Why?
mafo-flatter ka or mo.
Oo nga eh. Parang, huh?
Wait, you said ATC. You said ATC.
ATC. Yeah.
Town. Ano ka ba?
Sorry, sorry.
Ah,
Oh my
Sorry, it's
God, eto
town.
na naman.
Yeah,
the
town.
debate in the
Town.
comments down below.
Kasi honestly,
Debate in
I use town talaga. I use town. Tapos before kasi, it was ATC. Then
Oh, yeah,
town.
yeah,
Tapos
yeah.
town. Ganun na
I
eh.
call
Okay,
it ATC
in
din
the
in
middle of
grade
this
school. Yeah.
live stream, let's
Kasi
have a
remember,
debate. Town ba guys o ETC?
town.
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 Good debate.
Now
Bahala kayo,
town.
bahala kayo.
Before it was ATC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Kasi remember, Kyra, sinasabi natin kay Kuya Erwin before, Kuya, punta kami ATC, pababa kami ATC.
Yeah,
Tapos
yeah,
biglang
yeah.
yung pagdating ng high school, Kuya, baba kami town.
Town. Town.
Town. Punta na kami
What's
town.
ATC? No, but yeah, yeah, yeah. But when Evia came, 'di ba? It was more
Yeah,
Evia.
Evia ng babaan namin. Like,
Yeah,
Kuya,
yeah.
makdo kami, tas libre ka namin. Okay, sige. Lahat yung buong bus pupunta doon, no? Bababa kami
Drive
lahat,
through.
kakain kami.
Yeah.
Or minsan kakain, di ba?
So, yeah.
Tapos minsan may
Oh,
tatawag na parent na, uy, nasan na yung anak ko?
really? You guys would do that? Bakit ako drive through
Yeah,
lang?
before there
Kasi
was a time na bumaba
ayaw din
kami.
ni Kuya Erwin.
Bumaba
Grabe,
kami,
parang
tapos,
nakakatakot.
pero sinabi namin sa mga, sa busmates natin na parang, uy guys, message your parents na kakain tayo McDo. Okay?
Okay.
Tapos may isa hindi nag-message. Tumawag tuloy, nagalit. Tumigil
Oh
tuloy yung kain sa
no.
McDo.
Uy,
Naging drive-thru na lang always. Di ba?
wala na.
Or take
Kawawa
out.
naman kayo.
Ngayon puro
Sayang.
drive through na lang.
Oo. Sad.
Ang importante, may McDo pa rin, di ba?
Ayan. Honestly, yeah.
True, yeah.
Okay, going back. Going back to the show.
Going back, after tracking,
So yun nga,
So,
growing
yeah.
back. Kyra, how do you plan naman on growing your business?
I think the best way is marketing. That's
Mhm.
I think that's one of the things I also tend to overlook sometimes. Because especially now in the digital age, oh my gosh, digital age. But yeah, because everyone's on social media because of the pandemic, just because social media is social media. Marketing is really one of the best ways to expand and to grow your business. We have influencer marketing, we have sponsored posts. And actually, it's interesting because you see those sponsored posts on Instagram, on Facebook, diba? They're
Mhm.
actually relatively affordable to do, especially if you're a small business owner. It's not as expensive as, let's say, a billboard. And again, on social media, everyone's on it, and it's so much easier to be able to promote your brand through online platforms. And yeah, marketing, going back to marketing, I think it's really important for brands in general, or myself. What I think is very important is my publicity plan. Honestly, it's my most used tracker in my drive. I check it almost every ito na naman tayo sa everyday, but almost every day. I rearrange how do you say this, the feed. So in Google Sheets, what I do is I make a mock up of my Instagram template, like the feed itself, of Kyra Label, and I put all my existing posts there and my planned posts so that I can see it visually na. I know there are apps also for that as well, but I just for the preference ko lang yun. There are apps for that as well. So being able to do that, I'm able to visually see it in one glance what my customer will see in the next week or in the next month. I really put a lot of importance into curating my content. I'm also very lucky that with my effort to increase my marketing to better my marketing strategies. I have a lot of friends who are really great photographers. I come from com art, so a lot of them are very good. I have these two friends named Kiana Del Rosario and Angela Romero. They do so much of my publicity, honestly. If you go to my feed, to my website, a lot of the photos, a lot of the flat lays, a lot of the colored satin style photos of my earrings, they're usually by Kiana. And then I have this new campaign actually that I am doing now to again increase exposure and my marketing plan. It's called Kayan Focus. It's basically bringing into focus my existing collections and existing pieces and creating
Mm-hmm.
a video for each of them. So my friend Angela Romero does that for me. If you go to my page, I've only posted one, but I'm posting the other one soon. And it's just another way again to increase to to um to add more value to the content because I believe that the content you put out as a business should always be meaningful. It should always say something about your brand. Every post that I make, every post that I put out, every photo, every text pub, every video, it says something about my brand. And it's exactly like looking at your feed. It all has to come together to create this bigger picture. You know, literally,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like looking at your feed because we're very visual now, especially with Instagram, social media. But when people think of your brand, your posts, syempre, will, subconsciously be in their minds. And you want to make sure that every post that comes out ties in to what your brand is all about. And I think marketing, content planning, publicity, it's all really important in in expanding your brand. Because when you become too generic, when you become too complacent with your marketing, people stop relating with your brand. And the only way that your brand will really grow is if you get more customers. And to get more customers, you have to have a strong a strong identity. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be able to one have a good identity. I have to make sure that my brand identity is on point, essentially. But another thing is, syempre, getting it across the different channels. So right now, if you don't have an Instagram page or a website or a Facebook page for your business, it's hard to reach. For me, for me, like personally, when I see a brand that I want to get in touch with, it's hard for me to to go to get to the next step to basically place an order if they don't have an Instagram that I can look at or if I don't have a Facebook page to message them on. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really just how it is now. If you're not getting with the times, it's really hard to move forward. And I think for any business nowadays, especially with the pandemic, it's important to keep in touch with all the different platforms. It's I even see my I have I even see myself rather creating a blog on the website just to have more of a platform to let my brand be more personal with the customers because again I really believe in connecting a genuine connection with the customers, and a blog would
Mm-hmm.
help with that, would help with the exposure, would help with the overall identity. And yeah, I'm not sure if that answered the question, but yeah, marketing is one of the best ways to expand any business. So yeah.
That's nice. Ano naman, since you mentioned other brands, in the future ba, do you consider collabs with your brand or ano?
Yeah, definitely. Especially clothing brands, I think would be really, really cool. I'm looking into
Mm-hmm.
it, but since because of the pandemic now, it's a little bit harder to reach out to people or to plan. But yeah, definitely, it's something that I want to look into more. And collabs in what sense? Like collabs, like for example, giveaways or
Collabs
style.
within, yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Um, I've had what's this? I've had a part. Do you guys know BTMNL? It's
Yes,
like a,
because of my
yeah.
sister.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah,
Parang
yeah, yeah. I've heard about that
guilty lang
thing.
yan. Yes.
Yes.
Sab, you've heard of BTMNL?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Ang sama lang ng
not
internet.
collab, but they were my partner. They're still currently my partner for my products. And this is kind of going off topic, but I'm saying this na then. If you're thinking of starting a business, for anyone out there, it's a really good idea to get in touch with e-commerce platforms such as, BTMNL, Shopee, Lazada, whatever
Mhm.
works for you, because it really gives you a lot more exposure than you would if you're just working on having an Instagram or having a website. Because especially kung like me naman, I wasn't, a big brand at the start or anything. I am still a small business, so I need that extra exposure through partners like BTMNL. So I had my products on there, and it was actually pretty pretty okay. It's a good way talaga to get your products on different platforms. So yeah, that's another way to partner, to collab, I guess.
That's nice. Edzer, do you have any
Nice.
questions pa?
Questions. Ano kaya?
To our viewers pala, just a reminder, if you want to ask more questions
Actually,
about business, about entrepreneurship, just comment down below. We'd be happy to entertain them.
Okay. There's a question. Ang bilis ah. Avery again.
Dalawa.
okay.
What are your upcoming pieces for Kyra Label? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Avery. um, Rings is my main focus right now. Also, expanding the necklaces. Rings, yun nga, I'm really looking into the men's accessories. It's a little bit harder for me to get into that, but I'm trying. I'm really trying because I also have a lot of guy friends who are asking me about rings. Exactly like yung sinasabi ninyo, Will and Edzer, about yung medyo uh, chunky rings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yung
something like that.
Yeah.
yeah. The bigger rings. Yeah, I'm looking into that. And then I really want to expand into yun clothes, but that's in the future na. But yeah, for now, rings and more necklaces.
Okay, there's another question. Ang bilis ng mga questions na ngayon ah. From Marcos. Who or what company is your desired partner? Parang dream partner mo for Kylie.
Wow, this is a good
Dream
question.
Wow.
company. um, hmm. I'm not so sure, honestly. Like right now, I can't think of a brand. I can't think of a brand. But thank you for the question, Marcos. That's something that I would like to to reflect on. I don't have a brand right now in mind.
Okay.
Mm, yeah.
Napaisip
I have to
tuloy
think.
ito.
Okay.
Napaisip.
I really can't. I can't think of one yet. Let's get back to
Okay.
that later.
Sure. Let's go. Questions. Yan. Eto, medyo like let's go to a little personal tayo. What has changed since the last time that we met?
Teka, parang
Naging
masyadong
deep
vague
eh.
to eh. Wait lang, parang masyadong vague to.
Tito boy!
Dream company
Tito
to
boy!
partner with. What has changed in your life? Um,
Pero yun, what, parang, ano ba, paano ko ba?
Ito boy,
no,
ikaw
yeah,
ba
don't
yan?
understand. Yeah,
Sabog
Tito
yung utak
boy!
ko.
in 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, in 4 years
I
time.
I definitely pushed myself out of my own comfort zone. I really did not have much ambition or any solid dreams. I mean, I didn't have no dreams naman, but before I would be very into starting a lot of projects, and my issue was always that I never finished them. I only worked on them maybe like 3 months and then I would stop. Like for example, before I wanted to be an author, I wanted to write, and I would start. I think I started like a few good novels, and then I never finished them. I worked on them for 3 months and stopped. I had a lot of projects like excuse me, a lot of projects like that. And when I actually started Kai, that was my main fear, that I was gonna work on it for a couple of months and then, bye. This isn't gonna work for me. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm bored. But I surprised myself because it's been 2 years and more or less
Yeah.
I've been consistently working on it. So I think that's one of the main things that's changed about me. I learned how to I learned where I want to be, I guess. I mean, I learned that I want to do the whole business thing. Like this is something I really want to do in life. I also learned that I love marketing. I also learned that I love brand management. That's actually my dream job in the future. I want to work corporate for brand management somewhere. I really want to get into that, and I learned that I can actually be so much more confident in my abilities. Kasi nga, before, I didn't really believe in myself that much. And now, I still have self doubts, but I have a lot more of those I can do it moments that we were talking about a while ago. I talk to myself to the mirror a lot more now than before. A lot more inspiring thoughts. And I I'm able to pick myself back up more now, relating it to yung breakdown ko nga with Kai and everything. Even though it took a long time to start working on it again, literally every time I would think about Kai, this is no joke, I would feel guilty the whole day in school. I would be, you know, carrying this like, rock of guilt on my shoulders, and the whole day I was just so down because I didn't work on my publicity plan or whatever. And it took a long time, but I was able to bring myself out of that place. I was able to tell myself, you're capable. You have a lot of potential. You just need to take a step back right now because obviously it's not good for you to push yourself this much. And yun then, I learned how to just take a break. Especially now, all of us need to take breaks. All of us need to make sure that we're not pushing ourselves too much, especially because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Nothing is normal, nothing is the way it used to be, and we have to be a lot easier on ourselves. But
Yeah.
with that, in relation to like businesses and starting your own business, I do think that being still working on it, parang di mo din you won't you won't let it be. Do you get what I mean? You won't, even though you're not pressuring yourself and not pressuring yourself to work on it every single day, it's not like you're just going to let it be and you're not going, parang pinabayaan. You won't do that because you don't want to do that because you've already worked so hard to get to where you are now. And if you need to take a break, take as much time as you need. But if you still think you still want to do it and you still have the motivation, don't get so wrapped up in the fact na right now I can't do it, right now I can't do it, so I won't be able to do it ever again. I won't be able to get back on track. I'm losing customers, I'm losing followers, I'm losing exposure, whatever. All businesses have slumps. Even the biggest, best businesses, even the most established ones in the world, they go through a lot under pressure. They go through a lot just because of the economy, because of the pandemic, and especially because you're a small business, it's hard. You're doing it on your own. Even if you're doing it, let's say, with a small team, you're a few people, and you really do need to take a break every now and then. So I think I also that was something that I really did have to learn for myself, even though I learned it the hard way. And I guess high school me, 4 years ago me would would not even have these problems because nga I didn't put myself out there. So I'm thankful na din that I did learn from my burnout. I did learn from the stress because at least I became a better person for it. And I have more ambition now. So yeah.
That's
Alright.
great.
So with your ano
Reflect
pala, so ano pala, with your breakdowns, what or who are your support systems? What do you consider your support systems rather?
definitely my family. They've always been supportive. Like honestly, I'm super lucky. They're watching now, so yeah, hello. But
Hi.
they've never ever been. They've always been supportive. Like literally every step of the way. No joke. Never ever unsupportive about it, and that's really helped me because they also never pressured me to keep going. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes nga they're surprised na I'm still doing it in a good way because it is hard to keep being consistent at something like this. Um, Also my friends, I have some really really great friends who are always there for me. The the last 4 years, they've shared all of my posts. They've shared it on their stories, Facebook. They've always motivated me. Shout out ko lang yung friends ko, like si Avery, my friends, Lance, Rina, Sabina, Eli, all those people, like legit, so many of my friends are so supportive, and it's really so. Hey, Rina, yeah, love you too. I don't think I would be able to do this without their support. Like, I'm getting emotional, but legit, I am so lucky. I always think of that. Na I'm so lucky. I have such a strong support system. Like, I don't know where I'd be without them, my family and my friends, and also myself. Like I'm gonna give myself a lot of credit as well because
Mm-hmm.
I also push myself through, and sometimes I forget. I think all of us need to give ourselves more credit. We don't realize how much we do for ourselves. Sometimes we don't realize how great we are because we live in a competitive world. We live in a world where everybody's achievements are displayed, on your screens, right in our faces. It's hard to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said a while ago, it helps to pat yourself on the back, talk to yourself in the mirror, write down a list on pen and paper about all the things you've done. And yeah, it's a good support system if you're able to hype yourself up every now and then, in the mirror sometimes. Just no one has to see you. Just wear your outfit at home. Be your own support system as well. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everyone kasi deserves credit naman for all the hard work that they've done, di ba? I mean, it will
Yeah.
eventually pay off. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. There, another one of my really good friends, Enoch. See, they're watching.
So
See,
there.
they're so. Yeah, yeah.
How do you handle yung mind block or designer's block when when you want to work on a certain item? Minsan ba you got lost or minsan you want to draw, you want to create a design, but nothing's coming out? How do you overcome that for you?
Oh yeah, I go through that a lot. I'm not very creative, like artsy. That's more of my sister. But not all of my designs are my designs. Some of them are pre-made already. But when I do
Ah,
design or at least yeah, choose out designs that are already made, I really just keep in mind the kind of pieces, the kind of story that I want my brand to tell. So for example, yung designs for this is called the Authentic collection. I have a few metal earrings. That was my first collection. I wanted all the pieces to have a theme. So I think maybe more of that. I try to come with a theme so that I at least have like a border around what I want to do, and then I work from there. But I get a lot of inspiration online. But I also look into existing pieces already, and I like a lot of big pieces. I would say, Sab, you looked into my website kanina, which pressured me, so you would know that a lot of my pieces are like bold. Yeah, a lot of they're very like big pieces. I think that's what I go for most of the time. Very statement, loudish pieces. But I also like to balance it out kasi with a little bit more subdued pieces so that you can wear them together. So ito, like this is called the Fia necklace. It's very simple compared to the earrings. So that I can wear bold earrings with, a little bit more of a subdued necklace. Not to say that you can't wear like, you know, gold chains with, giant hoops. Like do that as well. It's again make a statement, whatever that is for you. So yeah.
Nice. So yeah, we have a question here from Nathan again. Wow, Nathan, certified ka talaga sa amin. So, do you have any tips on how you can avoid being scammed when you are doing your
Actually,
business collaborations?
Huh. Well, I don't
Nakaisip siya.
thank you, Nathan. Oo nga, ang ano ng questions mo, ang galing ng questions mo. Okay.
Diba?
I haven't personally been scammed yet by a partner, a potential partner, but my advice would be definitely look into different sources. So let's say a supplier. You're trying to partner up with a supplier for packaging. You look into different options, you look into different price ranges, you compare them with each other. Is this one overpricing me just because, I look like I don't know anything? Or is this supplier overcharging me because it's obvious that I don't know much about business, I don't know much about these certain kinds of supplies, let's say. Um, I think it's important to compare and contrast the different suppliers or partners, or let's say with actual like partnerships with different brands. Um, I think you should be on the same page. I mean, I hope naman nobody gets scammed with their businesses or anything, but it's important then that you are on the same page because a lot of the time it's not that you're being scammed, but it's more of, in my opinion at least, it's more of mm, I don't know, a misunderstanding. So it's always important to avoid something like that, to avoid a misunderstanding by really laying out what you guys want to do, what you guys want to do in this partnership. Are you guys gonna lend each other pieces? Are you guys going to give each other the pieces, just as an example? Or what does this partnership include? Are you who's let's say a partnership with a clothing brand or another accessory brand? Who's paying for the photography, or gonna provide the models, who's gonna provide the venue, stuff like that. So I think being clear with your partners would definitely avoid a lot of those misunderstandings or quote unquote scams. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. And also, I think a good advice also is a written contract, as Buslos said to us. A written contract, so you have a proof of something. Diba? Written contract, wag yung verbal contract. Kasi verbal contract is very hard nowadays. You know that. So there's a comment here. Proud of you, Kai. Dana, mom, and dude.
wow,
That's
congrats.
thank you.
Congrats, guy.
There's a question from Rina. Ang haba. A lot of young women out there are inspired and empowered by you, your story, and your brand, Kai. I for sure I'm one of them. If you're if you were to leave a legacy to these young women who are looking up to you, what would that message be?
Boom.
Oh,
It's like a
Mic
mic
drop.
drop, like a legit
may
mic
kalaban na
drop.
si Nathan dito. May kalaban na si Nathan.
Best
Si Rina.
question. I talk
Nathan,
about
baka gusto mo mag-keep up.
Thank you. Thank you, Rina, for the question. And for the yeah, thank you. Legacy? Oh.
Yeah, what would that message be? Ano yung gusto mo iiwan sa mga young women who were empowered and, who got inspired by you? With that. Lalo na yung sa mga
I think
nanonood na young women right now. Diba?
sorry, Nathan. Sorry, Nathan. um, for the young women out there, bakit young women din? Hindi naman sabi, young women, 22 and 24, sabi mo ah.
I mean, let's go young.
Sabo.
Let's go younger.
Younger.
The younger
I
women
think
out
I
there.
would want, I think I would want to encourage kay Nathan. Okay. Nice comment, Nathan. I think I would want to be able to inspire or like leave a message that says whatever feels the best for you, whatever feels the most like you do it. If it's an outfit that you want to wear, this is I know poor outfits yung references ko, but this is something very close to my heart. It's not just talking about clothes for me. It's really how I express myself. I took a really long time, especially in my freshman year of college, trying to decide what to wear because okay, no, that's I didn't take a long time to decide what to wear because every term I would make a Google sheet of my outfits. Like every single day was planned out. For Monday, wearing this. For Tuesday, wearing that. So nothing's planned out. But my me inputting the outfit, let's say, or me envisioning the outfit or wearing it the day itself, it would sometimes stress me out because I would think, oh, people are gonna think I'm too out there. People are gonna wonder why I'm wearing, blazer. It's so hot, or why are you wearing like a maxi skirt to school? Whatever, things that I would wear outfits that aren't necessarily, like normal, I guess. And especially in freshman year, I was still trying to find my style, so I was trying different kinds of clothes, different outfits, and it made me feel really uncomfortable at first. I would overthink it and sometimes end up not wearing the outfit just because I was worried about what people would think. In fact, I wore red lipstick every single day, no joke, every single day for the entire like freshman year to sophomore year because it felt like me. I didn't feel like myself if I wasn't wearing it. It was my own self expression. But the day before college started, freshman year, I was staying up all night wondering if I should just put on the red lipstick the next morning for the first day of school. Because I thought once I start wearing this red lipstick, people are going to think of me as that girl who, showed up for the first day of school with red lipstick. And I was going back and forth, should I not? Will I regret it? And I did. I was like, you know what? It's I'm gonna regret it if I don't. It's what makes me feel the most like me, so I'm gonna wear it. And I know it's just red lipstick. It's just red lipstick. It's just lipstick. You can wipe it off. But it was a big moment for me. It was really what defined who I wanted to be in college because I chose myself. I chose to be who I want to be. I controlled the way that I wanted to express myself. And I wouldn't say paid off, but I saw the effect that it had, I guess. How some people are known for their talent, some people are known for dancing, some people are known for singing, some people are known because they're so amazing at art or creating or making films, you know. And people would message me and like ask me about where I got my outfits, or people would tell me that my outfit was good. And even though you don't need that validation, it's nice, yes, but the validation that was most important to me was the fact that I went ahead and wore it and felt great in it. And I think that's what I want to leave to the younger women, or to people in general, like women, men, boys, girls, that wearing what you want, or essentially just doing what you want, something that's good for you, something that makes you feel like your best self, it's really important to do that. Even if you're scared, even if you go back and forth the night before thinking if you should wear that red lipstick, wear it. Wear the heels. Wear the green eyeshadow. Maybe you'll regret it in 3 years. I kind of regret a lot of my outfits in freshman year, but I'm proud that I wore them because I wore them with pride. And it's I guess it really taught me then how to it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me about what I would eventually be applying to my business, which is just going ahead and do it. I know that I'm not the best at what I do. I'm not the best like entrepreneur or whatever. I'm not the best at it at all. But I'm proud because I still do it. And I learn. Every day I learn, every even if I'm not doing anything for my business, I learn. And I put so much love and passion instead of stress into my business. And yeah, I've really learned how to just go ahead and do what feels right. Again, going back to taking a break, that's what felt right at that moment. But then I got back on track, even better than ever. So yeah, I think that's what I want to leave to. That's the message I want to leave. Is basically to really listen to what is best for you and what makes you happy, and you do it.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Ayun, let me add on to that na you only live once. Be yourself. Do everything that you
exactly.
can. Di ba?
Yeah.
That's true.
Keep on
Live life
slaying.
with as minimal regrets as possible, guys.
Minimal regrets. I like how it's not no regrets. No regrets. Di ba when you
Oh,
use the
we
term?
will all have regrets. We just have to keep it to a
No.
minimum, di ba? Hindi ka naman pwede magsisi habang buhay.
Ay, nako. Pero
Yeah.
Wise words from
pero
There's
Kyra,
24-year-old.
ano nga, no? Ayun. Ayan, ayan. Parang lumalaban nato si Nathan, guys. Wait lang. Ayan, ayan,
Oh
ayan.
no.
As of now,
Oh,
during this pandemic, how do you see the competitiveness of the business world? Wow.
Wow.
ooh. We're
We
getting
can't,
global here,
we
guys.
can't back down.
How do I see them? I think it's really cool how so many people are coming up with businesses. I can't really speak for the rest of the world, but at least here in the Philippines, so much of my friends, like my friends pa lang, ang dami na nila na nag-start ng mga businesses. And there are so many different kinds. There's a thrift shop, there's also jewelry brands, there's a lot of food, which is great. There's a lot of food. Um, and I think this is also being reflected or seen in definitely a lot of other countries worldwide because of the pandemic. So many people have, lost their sources of income. A lot of people are trying to make extra income. And I think for the most part, it's going to do really well for the global economy. Wow!
Ligward economy.
Wow!
Charot.
Yes naman, we're the
This is
same
my
future, you know?
no, but yeah, I think it's a really good. I mean, no, obviously the pandemic is not a good thing, but what is coming out of it, at least, how people are responding in terms of putting up their own businesses, it's a really good thing for in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Mhm. Grabe. Follow up nga pala sa question ni Rina kanina. Do you consider yourself as a role model to women empowerment?
Ooh.
Um, maybe not. Bakit ito yung mga
Whoa.
tanong?
Whoa. Whoa.
Ako yung na ano
Um,
eh. Wait lang.
si Sander tamaan. Maybe not a role model. I don't think I'm there yet. At least, maybe in the future. But I do think that I am a woman who does stand for empowerment and Yes, thank you. um, I do think that I am someone who believes heavily on heavily in women empowerment, and I do think that I I portray that, I manifest that in the way that I do things. So I don't think I'm a role model, but I do think that I apply it in life. So kung sino na lang is inspired by that, then that's great. You know, I think more that even more than starting your business or even more than um wearing your outfits or whatever. I think the most important talaga is be true to yourself. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's the most important thing to get to know yourself and to stay true to whoever that is. As long as you know you're not hurting anyone and everything, you're a good person. I think it's important that you stay true to who you believe you are, because this may be going off topic, but society tells us so many things. I think especially women, young women, or women in general, we are told from the very start of so many different things that we are supposed to avoid. We can't wear anything too short, we can't wear anything too revealing, we can't be this, we can't be that, can't wear that, can't wear this, can't walk there, can't walk here. And there's so many things that we are preconditioned by, even before we can actually make good decisions, or we can even think properly. We are already conditioned by all these things, and sometimes it's not our fault. Sometimes it's not our fault, the way that we're conditioned, because it's only we only start to realize it when we grow up now. Oh, this is actually wrong, or oh, the world shouldn't work this way, or I shouldn't have to feel unsafe as a woman, or I shouldn't have to feel less to other people just because I'm a woman. I don't have to compare myself with other women just because society says I should. And the same goes for men as well. I'm not at all belittling how society treats men as well, or how society has so many preconceived notions about how men should be. You can't cry, you always have to be manly, you have to be a man, you have to be sexist to a certain point, or else, you know, your fellow men or your fellow peers will think of you soft, or all these different things. And it's great how social media and how the discourse now has kind of changed, and people are so much more open about women's rights. People are so much more empowered. Men men are so much more open to being effeminate, to showing their feminine sides, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's so much empowerment to the LGBT community. We have such a long way to go. There's still so much to do with feminism, with equality, with rights and everything like that. But the fact that we can openly talk about empowerment, we can talk about these kinds of things on social media, I think that's a lot of progress. It's not enough yet, but it's good progress. And I think touching on feminism na din. I don't believe feminism is about women only. I think a lot of people, you know, it's a misconception. It's a misconception that feminism is just about women. It's called feminism because at the time when feminism was just starting, the movement was just starting. It really was about uplifting women to be on the same level as men, and that's just the origin of the word. I know a lot of people kind of try to counter argue and be like, why is it called feminism if it's about men, as well?
Hmm.
It's about everyone. Feminism is equality. Equality is equality, and it's really important that people understand that, because so many people are offended by the word feminist. In freshman year, oh gosh, I remembered things. In freshman year, I got branded as, oh, you're the feminist, and it wasn't even in a like, oh, you're a feminist. It was like, you're the feminist, like, so people thought it was kind of weird. I don't really blame them, because I guess in freshman year you don't really, I don't know. I don't mind now. But then when I started to realize that a lot of people see it as a negative thing and have this negative misconception about it, it really bothered me because it made me afraid to say that I'm a feminist, and it makes a lot of people afraid to say that. Even women say they're not a feminist. Even women are too afraid to claim empowerment. And it's not even about claiming it. You have every right to it. Everyone has the right to their own empowerment and to empowerment society. And I think that just adding some positive positive feedback or positive messages to women empowerment, to men's, to the equality of men as well, and being fair to them as well, to the LGBT empowerment, everything. I think me, like, how I'm talking about it now, it adds to that. It adds to the empowerment of women, to adds to the empowerment of everyone. And if any one of us adds to that discourse, adds to adds substantial opinions, and yeah, adds to the empowerment, I think that's being a role model in itself. Honestly, I look up to my guy friends who tell me, hey, I'm a feminist too, or hey, it's important to respect women. These are obvious things, but we need to say it more because it's still so taboo. It's
I
2020,
agree.
it's
I
still,
agree. Yeah.
so anyone who does that is already a role model, at least in my opinion.
So, thank you, candidate number 2, for answering our question. Guys, may susunod na tayong Miss Universe, ha? May susunod na tayong Miss Universe. Grabe, sobrang inspiring ng message na yun, ha? Like, legit, legit. Di ako nabibiro. Like,
Yeah,
sobrang inspiring ng message na
honestly.
yun. Diba?
Thank
Wow. May just say, wow.
Wala
I
Napaiyak
akong
mean,
ako.
wala akong
Wait
say.
lang.
Honestly.
pati ako speechless ako eh. Like,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
speechless right now. Um,
Kaya kayo na.
um,
I mean, the
yeah,
reason why I asked that question, because it's about this show. The show is about inspiring
yeah.
other people, di ba?
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so yun. Pero ngayon,
So,
wala na talaga
Not
akong
gonna lie,
maisip.
she kinda raised the bar a bit. Kyra raised the bar for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
Yeah.
sabog na
Hindi
ata
sa
ako mag-isip
pinipressure ka
ngayon.
namin, pero parang gano'n na.
Ay, no.
sweet.
Whew! Go
um,
Wait
guys,
lang.
ano favorite?
Naubos yung brain cells ko. Wait. Um,
Braces.
brain cells depleted, ganon. Um,
Okay, let's
guys,
go a bit
para
lighter, guys.
sa mga viewers,
Puro
whoever wants to
mabibigat yung
comment, just
tatanong
go
natin.
comment muna kasi
yeah.
Nag-recover pa.
Nag-put kayo ng
Na,
shout-out or what? Ano bahala?
Ano daw ng tubig?
You need to take a breather first.
pretty much.
alam
Drink
mo,
your
Kaya
water,
alam,
man.
Ikaw
alam
kasi
mo,
Rina yung question mo.
alam mo yung
Hindi na
madaldal,
kaya,
hindi na
Rina.
na
Hindi na
makasalita.
kaya. Oo nga, eh. Whew!
Tumigil na yung kadaldalan ko, guys.
Time check right now, 10:40 p.m. Brought to you by StreamYard.com.
Wow.
Sana ma-sponsor, di ba?
Ano lang, pang filler lang.
I mean, tinan mo mukha ako, pulang-pula na ako kasi wala akong maisip.
Uh, um,
Sige, kaya mo yan, Edsel. Sige na. Speechless
Let's
ka.
go, we got this.
Yes, Gor, I'm speechless right now.
Wala isa pa.
I don't
Okay,
really feel
start na naman.
pressure. I don't really feel any pressure right now. So,
guys, if you have questions, just comment it down below. While our brain is like buffering until now.
Ako,
um,
may tanong ako.
ayan.
Ay, nag-process na. Not gonna lie, nawala yung tanong kanina.
Oh my
Buti
god.
pa yung tanong bumabalik, di ba?
Oh my
Here,
god, this is a very difficult question.
from Jacob, guys, from Jacob, there's a comment.
Ayun.
There, this is so good. Feminism is an important conversation people should have in the world where standards of who we are based on gender, sex. Yeah, super important. Honestly, yeah.
Shout,
Yeah,
shout out to my
good
friend of
insight.
mine. Nice to pick up. Okay.
Teka lang
Yeah.
guys, nakasan
Going
ko
back
lang
to
muna yung
the
number ng
business.
electric fan ko.
Going back to the business. Uh, Kai, have you considered, or are you looking into creating sets like a necklace and earring set, or probably in the future?
Yes, that's actually the next one, hopefully. Galing mo.
Whoa!
Next tab.
Thank you for saving me!
Coming soon.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
But
Whew,
yes,
teka lang.
hopefully necklace ring or necklace earrings ring. Yeah.
For
Yeah, that
the
would be
rings, are you
exciting.
gonna be open to like? Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. I think nagde-delaying sa akin. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I was gonna ask lang, like, kunyari for the rings, would you be open to, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue, guys. Help me out here. The
Wala
custom.
pa, hindi pa gumagana brain ko.
Wait lang.
Lalo na ako.
Wait lang.
Kayo yun,
Wait
Sab.
lang.
Be strong.
Guys,
You're a very
patulong.
independent woman. Kaya mo to.
You're an empowered one.
Let's go! um,
Okay.
Customization!
Ayun
Plus,
na.
oh, plus,
Like putting names siguro on the rings or
Yeah,
on
like
the
agreement on
necklaces.
the ring. Yeah, ganon. Whew! Guys, nagawa ko
as
rin.
of, as of now, not yet, but that's something I'd also like to look into in the future. Yeah, customization, that's a good idea. Pero now, wala pa. Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, yun. So we
I believe
have
that took a while to
another question
process.
from Nathan. Wow.
Yeah. Personal
Oh,
question though.
Do you feel like a different person when you're in business mode and that you become more distant to your friends or family? Ay, actually, listen.
It's a good question. Oh, lumalaban si Nathan.
I have my water ready just in case. I have my water ready.
Um, yeah, that's a good question. Thank you, Nathan. No, maybe not attitude wise. I'm not cold naman or distant when I'm working, but I do when I'm on a roll. I like to capitalize on that and do my best to just focus. So maybe in those moments I don't like to talk to people. So dati pre-COVID, pag I really want to work on Kai stuff, I would go to the coffee bean or the Starbucks near to us. Not the Starbucks near to CSB kasi nakaka-stress mag-cross the Taft, but the one na the one behind.
Green card, let's go.
Yeah, near Green Court, beside Green Court. So, um, yeah, if I really want to focus, it's more of that, just wanting to focus. But attitude-wise, no naman. I I feel like I feel the most like myself though, when I'm working on Kai stuff and I'm happy, like I'm enjoying it. I'm updating things with a smile on my face instead of, you know, sadness and stress. So there are times where I am happier being alone and focusing on my work, I guess, but being distant or cold, hindi naman. That's I've never thought of that. Am I different around my friends and family? It's a good question.
Napaisip din siya eh.
Ayun, so we have
Yeah.
another question from Marcos. As an advocate for feminism yourself, how should you integrate this to your brand? Via pubs ba, designs ng items? What would be, in your opinion, be the best way for you to advocate in your brand?
Good question. Ito na naman, Miss Universe. Uh,
Yan, lumalaban sa mga
Never.
questions.
well, first of all, I don't think I'm a perfect feminist at all. I don't think anyone is. So I I don't think I can paano ba 'to? I don't think I can say I'm a perfect feminist. I also have my flaws with feminism as well. But in terms of with my brand, since nga feminism is about empowerment, it's about women empowerment, people empowerment in general, self-empowerment. I think I do a good job in relaying that self-empowerment message even just in my tagline, make your statement. That in itself is something that says, you already have it in you. You don't need anything else to help you be who you are, because it's you. It's what you are. It's what you're made of. But I have these products of mine, these pieces of mine, they help you bring the best person that you can be while you already have everything that you need with you. So let's say for example, again going back to my personal experiences with making my statement or self-expression, I don't feel like myself when I don't feel like I put much effort into the outfit that I wore. That's just me. And when i do when I do put effort into my outfit, or when I do plan my outfit, let's say, um I feel great about myself. Not even because I feel like I look good or aesthetics wise, whatever. It's really an inside thing. It doesn't have to be clothes for a lot of people. It can be yun nga, like their talents, for example, or when they create something. Syempre, you want to put out the best output that you can give, or that you can put out for yourself. And I think in my brand, yes, it's through pubs. Sometimes I like to come up with text pubs that say, let's say I've made one for COVID, like tips to get through COVID, tips to manage your emotional etc. during COVID, um, elaborating on making your statement, elaborating on what Kayan Focus is all about, and again going back to how I see all of this coming together into a bigger picture. Yes, it does talk about empowerment in general. So maybe not specifically feminism, like feminism talaga, but again, empowerment is the main point of feminism. So yes, I portray it through pubs, portray it through the brand vision in general, and just the message that I want to spread across in general. So yeah.
That's good. Clap, clap, clap.
Really good.
Okay, at ang Miss
Round of applause.
Universe of 2020, I see Miss Kyra Villacorta.
Thanks, Nathan. Galing matibong boost ni Nathan.
Oh, yan. Wala pa din eh.
Hindi pa hindi pa nagre-recover, Eds.
Not yet. You know, yeah. Yeah. You know what's
Anong
up.
yeah?
Yeah.
Sige, ganito na lang. Last question before we end things or wrap things up. What drives you to keep going when it's really tough?
Mm.
I don't know
My
if it's
mind is
corny,
back.
but that's
Yeah.
a good question. Good job.
Crunch time.
My
um,
mind is back. My mind is back.
I think like with the business or in general.
In general, in general.
In general, I think it's really myself. Um, a lot. I mean, again, not saying that I didn't get here without any help. I have a lot of help, a lot of support, but again, I would not have pushed myself. I would not have gotten to where I am if I did not push myself as well. And I think I think it's important to keep to give yourself credit, and to really be to really be the one that keeps yourself going. Because a lot of things change. Sometimes friends get busy, or sometimes friends can't always be there cheering you on. There are times where they're also busy with their own stuff, and that's just normal. That's just natural. But then
Mm-hmm.
you're always gonna have yourself, and it may not be consistent as well na lagi ka you're always cheering yourself on, because let's face it, we go through self-doubt a lot. We also go through a lot of, life stuff in general. So you can't always be cheering yourself on. It's understandable when you feel down. It's normal, but being able to cheer yourself on, being your number one supporter is really, for me, in my opinion, the best way to go. There's a lot of yes, I have a lot of support, but the the person I listen to the most, I would say, is myself in terms of what I know I need. So yun nga, when I needed to take a break, I was in denial for a long time that I needed a break from my business. But I was also the one who finally said, you know what, you gotta stop. Girl, you gotta stop. You gotta take a break. And it was also me who got myself back up and opened the drive and the sheets that I haven't updated in so long, and finally did something about it. And maybe this, baka hindi naman to super inspirational, but just to share, I learned this technique from, I forgot her name. She's an inspirational speaker. Her name's like Mel Robbins, I think. She came up with this technique. It's the 5 second technique. You count 5 seconds backwards, and you have to do the thing you need to do within those 5 seconds. And you have to do it backwards, because you know how parang when you're a kid and your parents, they count backwards, parang if you don't let go of that toy, if you don't give that toy to your cousin or to your sister, five,
Mm-hmm.
four, three, two, one, it gives you sense of parang, oh, I gotta do this. So that's actually what also helped me get back on track. I did that, and it changed a lot of things for me. I have to get back to that. I haven't done that in a while, but it's one of the techniques that really helped me get back on track with school, with my business. And if you really need to, you should use it, but sparingly as well, kasi nga baka ma-pressure din kayo. I think that's also important to note. Don't be too pressured.
Yeah.
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 Grabe.
Whew.
So guys,
This, for me, in my opinion talaga, this episode has really been informative with a lot of motivation.
yeah,
Like,
That's true.
honestly,
like,
Thank you.
ah, like, pati ako, nagulat din ako sa mga tanungan ko eh. Di ko yung na-expect na lalabas na sa bunganga ko ngayon eh. Pero, yeah. But anyway, before we wrap things up, I would like to say thank you, Kyra, for accepting our invite talaga. Kasi none of this would have happened if you haven't accepted our invite. And to our viewers as well, thank you very much for tuning in. Natutuwa kami because, I mean, especially with you, Nathan, natutuwa ako because, wala, you've been in every episode
Sobrang
commenting. I
consistent mo.
really thank you. I really
yeah.
thank you talaga. And I'm not gonna
Sali
lie,
ka na ng CBA.
Yeah, you're recruit.
and
Ni-recruit eh.
Nathan, I'm not gonna lie, your questions are really good. Like, nakaka-on the spot siya ng guest. Alam mo ba? Yeah,
Kahit
yun.
yung host pa on the spot sa reaction.
Yeah, pati ako din eh. Yeah, yun. Yeah, to our viewers, to our commenters, thank you very much talaga for supporting our live stream, for our podcast. It's been like, it really means so much to us. Thank you. And to our guests, Kyra, thank you talaga also.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys. This was
So,
So,
really fun.
before we end, Edger, what do you want? I mean, what have we
What do
learned
you
for
want?
today's episode?
What do you?
Sorry, sorry,
What do
sorry.
I want? I want rings. Joke lang. I
Sabog
want
na ako, sabog
necklaces.
na ako.
Naparinig ko.
Joke lang,
Sabog pa
joke
Demanding.
rin
lang.
ako, guys. It really
So
hurts na
basically,
sabog pa
Kyra.
rin ako.
So basically, Kyra, it's a
Yes.
tradition since the first episode that we have. Parang it's like a learning session. Kumbaga. Parang what the host learned after the episode technically. So yan. Sige, I'll start it. I'll start
Hmm.
with my learnings for tonight. Well, learnings for tonight. So
Learning.
technically,
Wow.
so
Listahan.
technically, um, yung mga natutunan ko tonight, ano na siya, I posted it as EDSA realizations before. Wow! Na-post ko na siya before. Kaya bumalik sa akin ulit
Excited,
yung parang,
excited.
kaya bumalik sa akin yung learnings. It went back to me. So, the first EDSA realization. So basically, I have two. So the first one is sometimes the things in life that we hope for don't always turn out the way we expect. But that doesn't mean we give up. It doesn't mean we stop fighting because you never know where that road may lead. So that's the first one. The second one is one source of discontent is often the exaggerated idea we have of how happy others are. Don't waste your time and energy comparing yourself with others. Invest that time and energy and effort in being better than you were yesterday, technically. So yeah, so that's two extra realizations for tonight. So yeah, next, who's next?
Ayan. Sabrina, go ahead.
Ha? Okay. Sorry, naglag ako ng slide. Um, what I got from Kai tonight would be don't hesitate to throw yourself out there to find out what your potential could be. Kasi, di ba, yun nga, when she was in high school, she didn't really think that she would end up having a business today. So the fact that she took risks, the fact that she took the time to explore the moment a new chapter opened in her life, that's something really commendable. So, yeah, yun lang.
Wait lang, Hans. Wait. May isasama lang ako dun sa sinabi ni Sabo. So
Let's
basically,
go.
like in relation to Sab's learnings also, yun nga, as what we heard, earlier about Kyra's story, about her journey, through going through the business things. I have another and last, and yeah, this is the last. Um, Last realization is don't be afraid to turn the page and start a new chapter of your life. There is so much in this world to be experienced. So many amazing people you can meet and a lot of opportunities waiting for you if you step out of your comfort zone. Don't be scared to take chances. So that's my end for tonight. Yes. Next hands.
Okay na, okay na. Ah, sige.
Okay na,
Okay na, pagod na
okay
ako
na.
sa list.
Wala.
So yun, bale, the summary of everything, parang, with what I learned with Kai, parang, you have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust what you feel is right, like what Kai said kanina. And um, you really have to expand your network. Parang, expanding your connections is really important as much as possible if you want to start up a business, if you want to start up let's say, supporters or support system around you para it can help you grow then as much as possible. And um parang you also need, I mean, don't be afraid to set limits to yourself. I mean, there are other people kasi na parang natatakot sila na if they limit themselves, parang di na nila kaya, hanggang doon na sila, mag-stop na sila. Pero parang it like thinking in a business way, parang it's okay to set limits kasi it will also affect um your emotional mood din kasi. Like if you're too much in overworking, if you're too much in basically giving yourself for what you want to do, it's not a bad idea naman to set limits para naman you can balance yourself din from your personal time and from your work time, parang ganun. So basically that's all I learned pa lang from this episode.
I love
Nice.
your realizations, guys. So nice. Thank you. Thank you so much
So
for having me tonight.
yeah, you're
It was a
welcome.
Thank you for
really
accepting our
insightful,
invite.
Hmm. So
Kyra,
ayun.
do you have anything to plug pala before
Yeah, anything
we
to
end?
anything to share or what's coming new or what will the viewers stay tuned if ever you have any upcoming releases or what?
Yeah.
So yes, please follow my Facebook and my Instagram accounts at Kai.label. And I just want to plug our my next campaign or my ongoing campaign, which is Kai and Focus in collaboration with Angela Romero. She's doing virtual films for me, so it's really exciting because what we're doing is we shot some of my really good friends in Kai pieces through FaceTime. She did the shoots through FaceTime, and she's amazing. She's an amazing director and editor. So she is helping me that, and she's coming out with all that content, and I'll be posting it. Be posting Kai and Focus throughout the next, I think, couple of months. I'm spacing out through the next couple of months. So stay tuned for that. The first short virtual film is actually out already. You can check it out. It's ako yung nag-model, so check it out.
Tara, keep
Um,
on slaying!
Yes! Self support, let's go.
Yun.
make your statement.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys.
Wait lang.
Oh,
Before
you're
we go,
welcome. Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you.
support, support,
Again,
support.
Nathan, thank you very much. Thank you again.
Thank
So,
Before we
ayun
go,
guys.
thank you.
Ayun,
pa-shoutout
before we
lang
go,
sa
yes,
pinsan ko. Hi,
oh,
Luis, kung nanonood ka pa. Nag-comment siya sa shinare kong link eh. I shared the link of the live stream. Tapos sabi niya,
hmm.
pa-shoutout naman. So, pinsan, if you're watching, hi. Yan na.
So,
So
yun, to
yeah.
our viewers, before we end, I hope that really gave you a very insightful night for you all. Um, oh wait, this, ayun. Um, Kyra, are you there? Like, okay ka ba?
Okay ka ba?
Hello. Oh, can you hear me?
Ayun. Okay na, okay na. Ayun.
Good,
Can
good.
you hear me?
Yeah. Okay na.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can na.
Okay. I'm kind of
So,
delayed lang. Sorry.
ayun.
Yeah. I just wanted to
Yeah,
say
it's
thank
okay,
you
it's
to
okay.
everyone who commented and watched. And thank you guys. Thank you, Edzer, Will,
Got
Basta
you.
for Fresh Hands
anything
and
to
Sal.
support anything to support small businesses, anything to support advocates, just just hit us up at Computer Business Association at
For
binil.edu.ph. Ay, wait, nagsasalita pa pala siya. Oh my God.
Choppy si Kyra. Kyra is currently having technical difficulties, guys.
Ayan.
Yeah. Hope that. Yeah,
Sige,
she's
let's
back.
wait lang for Kyra.
Okay,
hello.
she's back. Yeah,
Ayan,
yeah,
ayan,
yeah,
ayan.
yeah.
You're back, you're back.
Okay, go
Sige,
ahead.
you were saying?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hindi.
No,
You
I
were
just
saying
said thank you to
something
everyone who's
pa.
watching, and thank you to you for organizing such
Ayan.
a great project. Oh no, that's yeah.
Thank
And
you. Thank you
people
so
should
much.
watch your past videos. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Thank
thank you, thank
you.
you, thank you.
Thank you. Go hands.
So,
Oh,
ayun.
go hands.
Before we end this thing, I would really, again, I would really, I would like to thank all the viewers, all the commenters for tuning in. I would really, I don't know what to do if wala kayo. If your support hasn't, like, if your support, if ever your support stopped, oh my God, sana hindi. Charot. But anyways, this has been episode 6 of
Yeah.
Inspire. Motivation that excites. I hope you had a good night, or I hope you had a entertaining night rather because of this episode. For that, this has been Will,
This has been Ed, sir.
This has been Sab.
and to our
And this is
special guest Kyra.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I am
you.
I have something to say pala last before we like literally end. Um Tune in for our next episodes, guys. It's gonna be very inspiring also. Yeah, and also on October 20th, please support our episode because this is gonna be a first time um we're gonna have a guest from
Okay.
the other side of the world um talking to
Kaya
us.
sa atin the world mo.
Okay. So yeah, from Southern California, we'll have a guest from there, and yeah, support us. Continue supporting us, guys. It means a lot. You know, we're like let's say 2 months away from our season finale. So hope to see
We're gonna
you on
fight
our
for
next
that, by the
episode.
way.
Bye,
Yes.
guys.
Bye,
Bye. Hope you
guys.
had a good night.
Bye
Sleep tight, you
guys.
guys, our viewers.
Bye.
Bye.